Two things you need to know up front. Number one, we were part of the Samsung press event for the Galaxy Book Pro lineup. Number two, we asked so many questions on your behalf, we ran into overtime. The very first thing I noticed was the combination of changes implemented for the new Galaxy Book Pro and Pro 360. And let me explain, it's not just hardware on one side, it's not just software here, it's basically both, and you can expect a variety of applications that make it a very compelling proposal in combination with the new hardware. In addition, Samsung also addressed the following pain points for this new release of the Galaxy Book Pro. Number one, battery life. Number two, camera quality. Number three is overheating. We all know what it sounds like when the fans kick in. Four, portability. And number five, connectivity. Going back to the portability, spoiler alert here, it only weighs a kilogram. Let's start with some of the biggest features. Display, that's a big change. And you may notice already, but I am a display junkie and I'm really happy to see that the Galaxy Book Pro 360 now has an AMOLED screen you can touch. Well, you can use it as a proper touch screen, of course. What is interesting here is the software enhancement that comes with it. Samsung built in what they call focus mode, which blurs the background so you can focus on one particular part of the screen, basically focusing on one application, and everything will be dark around it. There's another feature that is called secret screen mode. At your fingertips, you can decide what other people can see or what is visible to someone else who is looking at your display and basically what isn't visible. All you need to do is hit Windows and F11 key and voila, you are in James Bond mode. And if you are on a mission and trying to save the world and someone is trying to log into your laptop, into your Galaxy Book Pro 360, your webcam will take a secret picture of that person and will email that to you no matter where you are in the world in order for you to chase the bad guy. There's also a photo editing mode with Adobe RGB and a movie mode with DCI-P3. It's all here. And yes, I know. Before you ask, it is full HD 1920 by 1080 resolution, and for both versions, the 15-inch as well as for the 13-inch version. What, sorry, aspect ratio? Yes, aspect ratio is 16:9. And yes, it is still glossy. It's not really going anywhere, but it has a maximum brightness of 500 nits in normal mode. Since the Galaxy Book Pro 360 is thinner than any other version before, in fact it is 1mm thinner, it also brings new challenges to the table, like implementing a new keyboard, and the new keyboard is called Pro Keyboard. It simply has wider and curved keys, but there's more. But what does it mean to have a Pro keyboard on the Galaxy Book Pro 360? Well, the good news is it still works with the scissor mechanism, and we all know the pitfalls of not having it. But a thinner design means less key travel, which has been reduced from 1.5mm to 1mm, and Samsung claims it uses new technology so you will not be able to tell a difference. So look, one major redesign for the keyboard is the flow channels beneath, and basically it means when you spill something, and I hope it will never happen, the fluid that's going in here will be redirected somewhere else, will be pushed out to the side in order to protect the circuit board and anything else that is in here. So the power button is also your fingerprint sensor, and the keyboard itself is backlit in 3 different adaptive light stages, and yes, Windows Hello is also here. So you also have options with regards to the number pad. You can have it available, well, for the 15-inch version it is there regardless, but you have the choice for the 13-inch version. You can have it, you don't have to have it. What also increased is the trackpad in size here on the new Galaxy Book 360. So guys, let's get into some more juicy stuff now. On our channel we always go in deeper and we do discuss use cases for any device we review. Now when you look at the following 2 features, I can see this really being useful in the education sector, or in fact anyone who needs to present something working remotely. So Screen Recorder and Studio Plus. Yes, those are 2 separate applications, but they're native Samsung applications and they work hand in hand. Let me explain. So you can find the Screen Recorder option in the menu system, but when you get it up, you will see a familiar design. If you have a Tab 7 or you ever looked at it, it pretty much is the same. It looks very similar in terms of design. So the interesting thing here is though you have a webcam feature, meaning you can record a presentation using, for example, your S Pen, highlighting important comments or information, but also have yourself shown in a small window anywhere you want on the screen. and record it, of course. Now, once you're finished with your recording, you can now edit the very same recording hand in hand seamlessly with Studio Plus. And yes, it is a video editing software. So looking at this feature, I can really see this having an impact on the education sector or anybody else who needs to present. But you have 4 menu options. Number 1, video trim, add text, add music or narration, or start a new project. Personally, I really like this feature, and as soon as I have the laptop full time, I can tell you guys I'm gonna test the hell out of every single feature I mentioned today, which brings me to the new S Pen. It is included and now looks like this. I know, you know, and you have seen this particular pen before. And you may ask yourself, where do I store this pen, this beautiful S Pen? And you know what? That is a valid question, and technically you can't. It's just not available anymore. But what you can do is you can attach it magnetically to the lid. I guess there's a bit of a trade-off when it comes to the S Pen, because I like using this pen better than the previous version of it, but this one you can store and this one you can't. But what you also don't need to do is you don't need to charge it, right? It is basically here, you can attach it magnetically, no charging required, but it also means there will be no pen gestures. But hey, it's all in the name of portability and usability, and you guys know you can rotate the screen, right, to take notes, and I kind of like these features, but there is a compromise when it comes to ports. 2 USB Type-C, 1 Thunderbolt 4 port is available, but look at the bright side, we still have a headphone jack included, but also 1 micro SD card slot. If you are looking for the full shebang, for the full port selection, it's not available on the 360, but it is available on the regular version of the Galaxy Book Pro. But guys, who needs ports when Samsung included this long-awaited feature? Short distance file sharing. I just wanted to be fancy. It is Quick Share, of course. And yes, now available with your Galaxy Book Pro 360. On your behalf, we asked if there's a limit for file size, and look, there is no limit, so you can transfer whatever you like. And there is no internet needed. It basically works direct. And if you are familiar with other companies, then you know how it works. It's pretty easy. You have the option to send something to everyone or contacts only. A word of caution here, contacts only works with your Samsung account or is based on your Samsung account. I am so ready for this feature, I can't tell you. This will really complement the entire ecosystem. And oh, I just realized I haven't told you anything about the internals yet. Let's do this quickly before I tell you another stunning software feature. So okay, we have Intel i5 and i7, Tiger Lake 11th generation. We kind of expected that. It depends which size you're going for, because the i7, I think it's only available in the 15-inch version. In terms of graphics, Intel Iris X graphics is on board, but if you are looking for the GeForce MX 450, you will need to get a regular Pro version, not the 360. And on top of that, it is only available in the 15-inch version. You can configure it up to 32 GB of RAM and 1 TB of storage. One important message I have though, if you are looking for 5G connectivity, it is only available on the Galaxy Book Pro 360 13-inch version. The Galaxy Book Pro, the regular version, only has LTE. Studio mode for video calls. Another stunning feature, but what does it mean? Okay, one step back. We still have this 720p webcam, but hopefully this new software feature will beam us up into Galaxy. Basically, it is an extended version of a filter application, but more. You can do a lot of skin tone adjustment as well as dig into advanced features, which brings me to the intelligent noise cancelling feature. So Samsung has an artificial intelligence edition that will detect background noise such as airplanes, barking dogs, sirens, you name it, it will detect it and remove the unwanted disturbance. It even goes as far as silencing your keyboard noise when typing on a video call. So as a matter of fact, Samsung collected 400,000 sound samples via deep learning, and that's pretty cool. But what about overheating? There's also that fan noise always in the background. Will it handle that? Because I know it is a big issue to many people out there. So look, Samsung says it has redesigned all the fans. It made them smaller, really kind of the blades are half now, completely new design, and that should do the trick. But what they also did is included or incorporated, again, artificial intelligence. And check this out. So the Galaxy Book 360 will detect the surface beneath your device, the ambient noise around you, and the task you are performing, and therefore your laptop will adjust the fan speed, battery usage, and temperature automatically. Pretty cool stuff if you ask me. In terms terms of battery life, Samsung is now using a technology that will increase the battery density, meaning a reduced battery size with the same and or more capacity. So looking at the numbers, we're talking about 63 for the 13-inch and 68 for the 15-inch version. There's one interesting thing I want to share with you though. Samsung makes a really big deal out of the included charger, which kind of makes me believe, or leads me to believe, that maybe in other products we will not see any chargers included, and let me explain why. So the new 65-watt fast charger is not only smaller, but it's also called a universal charger, and it's based on the following technology: USB PD, which is USB power delivery, and it is basically depending on your device, but it will adopt the charging speed to your device. For example, your Galaxy S21 has 25 watt, and it will automatically adopt the charging speed in order to protect the battery and the battery life. So that lets me to believe that there's more in store, or we will see less for our next upcoming whatever Tab S8. Okay, so what about colors for the Galaxy Book Pro 360? Well, we have Mystic Blue, Mystic Bronze, and Mystic Silver. I'm in between silver and blue. Let me know which one you would choose. And guys, there is so much more to cover. For example, it has Dolby Atmos, which you can toggle on and off, but also choose different modes in that mode, like gaming, movie, music, and each of which are independently customizable. Guys, let me know your thoughts. You know the drill. You know how this works. It's YouTube thing, but I for one, I am super excited to try out the Galaxy Book Pro 360 full time, and because you are still here, everything I haven't shown you, including pricing, is coming up now. Peace out.